Good morning and happy Friday. It's April 4th, and this is Wake Up with KERA News. I'm Andrew Garcia. Showers and severe thunderstorms are likely to continue throughout the day today and on and off throughout the weekend. We'll also see a cold front with overnight temperatures reaching the low 40s and even the upper 30s. There's a green oasis situated in the heart of urban Dallas. It also happens to be right next to an expressway. We'll hear more about it after today's news. Texas could lose $12 million, about a third of its budget for library services, like audiobooks for the visually impaired or lending programs. The funds are at risk following a recent executive order. Librarians at the Institute for Museum and Library Services say they're strategizing on how they can continue providing those services. And a bipartisan group of senators has also urged the Trump administration to continue the agency's operations. The University of Texas at Arlington has launched a new initiative for rural health. The Mobile Simulation Lab will bring high-tech training to areas with limited access to hospitals and training opportunities. The lab will help train people for emergency situations. It features lifelike mannequins, equipment, and audio and video recording to allow trainees to see how they did. Now that spring is officially here, ways to spend more time outdoors are top of mind, including getting your hands dirty tending to the garden. For some inspiration and a sneak preview of wildflower season, KERA producer Therese Powell and I explored a Texas native garden that's situated deep in the heart of urban Dallas. The Laura W. Bush Native Texas Park is a garden complete with local Texas trees, grasses, and wildflowers located a block from Central Expressway on SMU's campus.
But we wanted to know more, so a couple of weeks ago we took a field trip to the park where we got a tour from Robert Favela, who manages the day-to-day operations of the park.
So let's start on this hill. This is kind of like the introduction to the Native Texas Park. So the ecoregion here that we're trying to replicate or duplicate, or was once here in this area, was the Blackland Prairie, which is a lot of the grasses and a lot of the wildflowers. So believe it or not, we're down to less than 1% of the Blackland Prairie, and we have a little bit of it here. Before we were here, this was an urban area that's, they had homes here. This is where the students lived. It was housing. So we got 23 acres here on SMU campus, and 15 of it we converted to our Native Texas Park and our kind of habitat that we used to have hundreds of years ago in this area.
We walked deeper into the park until we got to this nice open green space.
All this that's green right now will be all the flora, all the wildflowers. And I'll take a peek. I think I can show you where one that we call the scrambled egg is starting to bloom. Those are our yellow. It looks like a scrambled egg. It's right in here.
Oh yeah, there they are.
When we were there, it was still a little bit early for wildflowers, but Robert was able to paint a picture of what visitors can see right now during peak season.
So here you'll have a little mix of the different, we call it the Indian blanket, which is an orange-red color of a flower. We have the primrose, which is another cool color that's a pink evening primrose that kind of closes up at night. It's really neat. We'll have some wine cup in here. We won't have bluebonnets per se here, but we have a lot of the Millie Blue Sage. So it's a beautiful mix of colors here.
During our visit, a school was on a field trip of their own. There's some of the people and animals that the park attracts.
So we have a lot of neighbors that come out and bring their dogs out for morning walks, afternoon walks. But we've also had our wildlife return. So we've had some foxes out here. We've had some bobcats. We've had a coyote or two. And we have all the different birds that come out here on our, our mockingbirds. We've had a red-tailed hawk. We've had an owl or two.
It struck me as a bit of an oasis within the tangle of highways that make up our home here, the country's fourth largest metroplex. And it even somehow felt a few degrees cooler. Was that just me?
No, really. I definitely felt that too. I had one last question for Robert, who also happens to be a master naturalist. How can I make a native garden like this at home?
What I've learned, and this is a great tip because it took me a little while to figure it out here and also going through the program, is be patient. Let it be native. Don't overwater it. Don't overstimulate it. Drop a seed and you'll see what grows.
That story was produced by myself and KERA's Therese Powell. The Stars won their game against the Predators last night, 5-1. The Rangers will take on the Tampa Bay Rays this weekend, and FC Dallas will take on the Atlanta United FC in Georgia. Take a step, or several, back in time at the Scarborough Renaissance Festival's opening weekend. You can enjoy jousting, human chess, and plenty of 16th century revelry. For tickets and more information, visit kera.org/calendar. Thanks so much for listening to Wake Up with KERA News. I'm your host, Andrew Garcia. The show is produced and edited by Shardae White and Bekah Morr. For more news in your inbox, visit kera.org/wakeup. That's where you can subscribe to the Wake Up with KERA News newsletter and get some good morning vibes from our colleague Catherine Hobbs. Connect with us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. We're at KERATX. Stay dry this weekend, and we'll see you on Monday.